Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's about low 70s here in just after the Ides of March in Georgia. And I thought today we would just go through some of the stuff that has been on my motorcycle. I've been riding a time or two, so you may have seen some of it just kind of incidentally, but we'll just go through it right quick. No ride today because I'm in this parking lot, which, see if I can get a little bit higher view there, you might be able to see that this is marked off for my Motorcycle Safety Foundation, the MSF course. This is one that apparently is no longer used, but I like to come here and practice. And there's one thing I've discovered about this bike. I need to practice because in low speed maneuvers, I am really feeling the 60 plus pounds that this bike has beyond what my Z500 had. Now, some of you might go, hey, it shouldn't be 60. Well, by the time you put on these crash bars and stuff, I'm sure it's over 60. Okay, let's start with the windscreen. Yes, this is the taller windscreen that I replaced the old one with. It does an incredible job. Most of the time I ride with it down low, but even when you have it high, you see these cutouts. I think those help provide a little bit of air to you for your body, so it's not like you're got no wind at all. It's enough where, if, like in a mesh jacket like I'm in right now, it will make a big difference to have just a little bit of wind on you. Okay, so windscreen, obviously the upper and lower crash bars that we have there. And yes, all of this stuff, by the way, is CFMOTO stuff. It's not third party. This I got through the dealership, and I actually had them put on the crash bars and that lower skid plate, or bash plate as it's called outside of the U.S. Those were all things they had to kind of wrestle into place. I've heard that it's about a 50-50 split between the people who go, yeah, everything worked perfectly, it fit perfectly, there was no problem, versus the ones that were like, oh man, that was a bear to get on. So I also have the caliper guard right here. That is on here. I have the brake reservoir guard right here. I've already shown in another video, I've shown the soft pannier rack, so I'm not going to take everything off to show you that. These are my just rackless bags that I used around town and everything. No biggie there. This is the handle, and I'm just going to show again that this is west wind. So the soft panniers, the Enduro 40s, are from West Wind. And if you go to the West Wind Moto website, you'll see those on their website. I also had the kickstand. And right here, you can see this kickstand, it kind of sticks out a lot. Just saying, I did kind of get my heel caught under it one time when I wasn't expecting it, and I was like, whoa, what was that? So just something to be aware of for the CFMOTO kickstand. It does that does stick out a ways. There are a few things that I have not put on yet. One is the front fender, the high fender. It's sitting in my garage right now, and the reason is because right now I'm riding around on these dirt roads around here, gravel roads, and I'm far more likely to throw a rock than I am to get stuck in mud, because to be perfectly honest, right now, if I see mud, I'm turning around because I'm close to home. I can just turn around, hit the pavement, and head home. But I don't. At some point, I'm going to get there. You can get a metal guard to to go here that covers both the radiator and this gap from the skid plate up there. I really want that in place before I put that high fender on there, because I need to make sure that's protected from rocks that are going to be thrown up. Right now, I have my regular fender, and it's low enough to where it should take care of most of the rocks to keep them from hitting the engine. Most of the rocks. I'm sure it's not getting all of them. Another thing that I have at home, let me think. Well, obviously I have the soft panniers that I have not installed yet, and I will be doing that, but there's actually an installation process for those, as opposed to these that I can just throw on, pull off, throw on, pull off, you know, at the drop of a hat. Unclip 4 clips, grab the 2 handles, and I'm good to go. So, oh, almost forgot. Yeah, the tall seat. I also have that tall seat, and really enjoyed that. That's one reason why I wanted to get the tall windshield, because I felt like the seat's going to raise me up, and I wanted that additional wind protection up high. And so I figured, hey, you know, we'll raise them both and get that done. I don't have my bark busters on yet, but they're on order, and be putting those on soon. Oh, I did order the upgraded foot pegs, and I didn't bring one with me, which is a shame, to show you the difference between the two. It's basically the same size, but it's got additional grip and everything. It's a much more aggressive grip on that foot peg. So once I get my my other boots, well, I have them, but I don't have pants that will go over them yet. And I think that's mostly about it. I did do a couple of things on here according to what Brett Cax says on for his ADV class. One of the things is that I adjusted this lever because it was way out here, which is just way too far for my teeny tiny hand. So I brought that in. I also made it where it starts engaging just off the fingers, right about there. It starts engaging the clutch to shift. I'm going to replace these OEM levers with a 2-finger lever per his one of the things that he was talking about. Oh, I almost forgot while I'm over here. I also, in order to do that, you just come in here, you undo this lock nut here, and then you can just adjust, you know, the cable in and out as needed to make that lever adjust where you want. Then we got on the other side, I adjusted. You'll notice there is no slack in this throttle. So I went here, you just peel these rubber pieces back, and again, there's a lock nut, and you just screw them in or out according to what you need. And I took out the slack because there was a good bit of slack there. And between taking the slack out of the throttle and adjusting the clutch where it engages and everything else, that really helped with what people are calling a snatchy throttle. It made it a lot smoother. I also downloaded the system update, so I've got the latest software. But yeah, that very much addressed a lot of that snatchiness. I also adjusted my brake lever. You can see here, I also screwed that all the way in. And again, I'm going to be getting that 2-finger model for that. A couple of other adjustments I did per his website, and I'll put the link for his website in the description for this. I raised the brake lever, which is very easy. You take off these take out these 2 screws right there, and then it just slides off, and you can just turn this behind it, you can see you just turn that with your fingers, and you'll see it going up and down. So you can get it where you want. And put that back on. On the other side, did the same thing with my shift lever. Again, you've got some locking nuts there. You just turn it up and down. I raised it up, and then I put it back down some. I raised it up according to what he had said, and I'll be honest with you, when I'm just riding around town, it was not comfortable for me to shift. And so I'm like, okay, I understand wanting it where you can ride with it comfortably when you're standing, but if you can't ride comfortably with it while you're sitting on the thing, that's a problem. So I've lowered it back down, and once I put on my ADV boots, we'll see how that works. I think it's still going to be just fine. One other thing, I did rotate the handlebars up. When it came, you can see the little crack right here, and it was lined up with this longest line was on that crack. Well, what he said was rotate them forward, and I originally did it all the way to the last little line, and it was causing pain in my wrist when I was riding because I had my hand was pronated like that, trying to reach down to it. So I think it's pronated. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, it was bent down, and that was causing pain over, an hour's ride or so. And the same thing on the right hand. So I backed it off one mark, and that seems to be a pretty good compromise for me. That seems to be where it works pretty good when I'm standing up, still doing pretty good when I'm sitting down. I'm not in any pain or anything. I don't feel like I'm stretching. Everything seems like it's working just fine. And that's pretty much it for today. Still enjoying the bike. I have almost 600 miles on it. I'm about 580 now, I think. And so I'm supposed to be taking it in day after tomorrow for the first service. And really looking forward. Maybe I'm hoping on my way home I'll pass that 600 mark and be able to just let loose. But still enjoying the bike, loving the bike. It's a great motorcycle. I'm not having any issues with it whatsoever. Other than, again, slow speed and the weights, which brings me back to why I'm sitting in this parking lot and why I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to start practicing some slow speed maneuvers. You know, I said that we need to continue doing our training, so I guess I need to eat what I cook, right? And so I'm going to be going over here, doing some slow speed maneuvers, some slow speed training today. And hope that you can get out, hope that the weather is cooperating, and all of you that have bought these things and you said, man, I bought it and then it snowed. I hope that snow's melting and you're getting out and you're going to have as much fun on these things as I'm having. So until next time, y'all take it easy, keep your wheels on the ground, and we'll talk to you later. So long.